Hello, this is Dania Esperanza, Esperanza meaning hope. Welcome to Hope Speaks. And this is part two of another video that I started about witchcraft and manifestation. So I was going to share a story about a client of mine that I love very much. She's still a client of mine. She knows that I'm sharing this. The funny story about her husband, her ex-husband, who happens to be her best friend right now. He happened to have come into some money when he was younger, and he needed to invest the money in a business. So he started driving around and looking at possible businesses that he could buy. And he saw a botanica, which is botanica is mainly where they sell angels and statues of crosses, and they may have like crystals and a lot of herbs that you can burn, baths that you can take for cleansing. And they usually have a person, which is like a witch, there to either read tarot cards or do healing, or maybe even do rituals that can get you protection. And back in those days, there was a lot of Latin people who used to sell drugs, so they needed protection. They wanted to get something that they can put in their wallet or a necklace or keep in their pocket that will protect them from getting caught by the police. So he opened up, he walked in and he purchased this business, but he started just sending these little candles. He didn't know what to do with it. So here comes a man who was fresh out of jail, and he happened to be from Cuba. Cuba happens to have Santeria as a religion, which is technically similar to like they do witchcraft or pagan religion. And witchcraft comes actually from the Christian religion from centuries ago, and it's practiced all over the world, not just in Latin countries, not just Haiti or Cuba, but all over the world. And for some, it's very respectable, and they don't work with the devil. They work with God. They're trying to connect with the Lord, to connect with God. But some people use black magic and they manipulate energy to their benefit, try to get things in a manipulative way against other human beings' will, and that's when you are crossing the line. And you can't manipulate another human being's will. You have to allow them to live their life as they wish. That's the law. And so this particular friend of mine, her husband, when he spoke to this Cuban guy, he said, I know how to do rituals. I want to become an independent contractor. I'll give you a commission from the rituals that I get. So the guy was, started working with him, and people started coming in, and most of them were drug dealers who had girlfriends that were very attractive. They would come in with their girlfriends. So he would see the females and he wanted to sleep with them. So what he would do was that he would tell the men that would come in to get protection against the police, and he would say, you're going to get caught, but you're going to get caught through your wife or through your woman, because she's not protected. So you have to bring her in so that I can do a bath and protect her. So he would consult with her alone and tell her, come back, come back with something very light and see-through, that I can give you a bath in. I'm gonna put the water over you. So he would get like, I don't know if they had a bathtub, but he would get like something so that he can put the woman in and bathe her. So during this time, he would do his ritual, and he would like have some kind of a swatting thing, so that he's taking the demon out of her. And as he's doing this, he ends up arousing her, and then he would have sex with this woman. And after the ritual is done, he would send the woman out, and this couple would walk out. The man wouldn't know that this man just had sex with his girlfriend or wife or whatever, but he would do it because he's getting pleasure out of it. And then he's telling the woman that this is a very sacred ritual, and she can't say anything to anybody, and it's just disturbingly disgusting. So you could see how that man is on his way pretty much to hell, because you don't do that. You don't, that's pretty much rape, and doing that type of thing is toxic. So in addition to these rituals that he did for these men and women, he would also do rituals supposedly with dead animals and the blood of dead animals. So what he would do, this was a very funny one. He remembers a specific woman coming in because she felt that her house was haunted. So she went to this man to tell her, who is this spirit that is haunting her house, why, and she needs to get this spirit out. So the man says, okay, you're gonna come back and I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna give me any money now, but I'm gonna tell you the specific person and when they died and everything. And when I reveal to you who the spirit is, then you pay me, and then I do the ritual. So he asked my friend's husband to come in, and when the woman was gone in his office, and he says, I want you to go to a cemetery in the nearby area, because this woman happened to be living in that neighborhood. So that's why she ended up in that specific store. So he said, go to the nearest cemetery and find the tombstone of someone, whatever, gravitates towards you, and write down all the information and bring it back to me. So then when the woman came back, he said, I'm going to reveal the spirit that is haunting your home. This is the person. So all the information is there. And then he says, but what I want you to do is that I want you to go and find information on this and know that this person passed away, and you'll understand that I'm not lying to you. So the woman would take the piece of paper and she would go to the nearest cemetery, and because it's a tombstone, a person's attention, she finds it. So she comes running back to him, and she gave him like thousands of dollars to do some kind of a spell work and have this particular spirit leave her home. And interestingly enough, because she paid all this money, she would feel that the ritual is being done and that it's taken care of. And then she didn't feel the spirit in her house anymore, which was interesting because she would feel like it works. But the man would just take the money and take it and go gambling. He would not do a specific ritual in her honor for this particular spirit to leave her home. She's the one with her mind, by giving this money and feeling like someone else is helping her, release this type of toxic energy that was somewhere embodied in her home. So then he told me, when I said, I know they use animals and they do all that stuff too. And he said, let me tell you another story about the whole animal thing and how these people tell you that they're going to do this ritual with a dead animal. She said that when the men that paid like $5,000 and even more than $5,000 for these rituals, he would call him and say, hey, John, come in here. I got a really big job that we need to do. So he would say, get me the head of a pig and the tongue of a cow, and get me the blood of a pigeon. And once you get all of these things, make sure you're writing it down. We bring it to me, because we have work to do, because this man is paying us $5,000 and we're going to start working, because he's going to get all of his wishes and everything is going to happen. And you can mark my words, watch, everything is going to happen. So Richard would write everything down in his pad, and he's like, okay. So then the guy would leave. So then he would come back and he would be like, so where do you want me to get the head and the tongue and the blood, where do I go? Do you want me to go to the meat market? And he would laugh and say, are you crazy? Let's take that $5,000. We're going to the casino. And they would take off. They would close the business and they would go gambling. And he never ever did any of those rituals with animals and blood and all that stuff. Now, I know that he said that it was weird because all of these rituals that they were getting paid for, the more they paid for them, the more the person felt like it was taken care of, and they would release the stress, and all of this would work for them. So the secret is, first of all, don't manipulate energy. It's witchcraft. Allow people to live their lives and you live your life. You can create and manifest amazing things without trying to hold on to a specific person. Maybe the reason why that specific person is not coming your way is because if they do, it will be hell on earth. And you're being protected. There's someone much better that will work out for you. So these types of forces of us trying to hold on to someone or something so much is actually going to hinder us in our own growth for the future. Yes, it's true. We are working on this earth with evil forces. There are people that wish us bad, even when we're wishing everyone good. But you can protect yourself with simple things like meditating, a prayer, imagining yourself in a bubble, feeling peaceful, learning how to control your own mind, body, and spirit. Working out gives great antidotes for your brain. You feel better. You're going to look better. Drinking lots of water. Eating the right foods. I have some great magazines that I have found about the right foods for your brain, the mindful self-care. Reading is also great for your brain. It relaxes it. It gives you more intelligence. You're able to recognize words instead of listening to audiobooks. It's good to get the actual book and do some real good reading. That's great for your brain. So there's just so many things that can contribute to anxiety and the feeling like someone is working against you or working with evil forces that you can use for your benefit. The antidotes, formulas. I say formulas because I'm a hairdresser, so I believe that multiple things put into that bowl and mixing it up and putting it in your hair help instead of just using one agent. For example, when I'm doing color, I have to use peroxide and I have to use the color tube, the agent, in order for these two things to work. And sometimes if I'm covering gray, I need to put a couple of drops of gray drops. If I want to speed the color, I add speed. If I need the formula to work, I have to put it under the dryer with a plastic cap. These are multiple things that need to be mixed up and needs to be put in the hair for a certain amount of time, and there's also something to help process it. So when it's the same thing when it comes to stress, coming back to center, maintaining a peaceful life, a peaceful mind, creating all of your dreams and your aspirations. It's not like one programming is going to stress proof your brain. Like Dr. Rick Hansen explains, you might need multiple things. And there's a great prayer of the reprogramming of the subconscious mind that I am going to put in the description box. That is by Dr. Wayne Dyer, and this particular prayer he put together. He passed away, and I actually that's one of the main ones that I listen to at night for reprogramming the subconscious mind. It's amazing. So that one is one that I believe really helps when it comes to shielding your brain and making it really healthy in order for other static disturbance not to come in and filter and interrupt your life. So I've done it and it has helped me, and I have proof and pictures of specific rituals that were done against me and things that I have found, and I had showed them to other people who are intuitive and also know about these things. And my mom was one of them. The first time I called my mom and I let her know that there was someone working against me and doing some really ugly rituals and paying lots of money to bring me down. Even death rituals were being done against me. My mom sent the image to her church. She also called the radio station in Florida and had a whole group of people praying for me. And then she sold her condo in Florida and moved to New England and was like 15 minutes away from me, just in case if anything ever happened to me, because she's Christian, so she knows that these rituals and this type of energy manipulation does affect human beings, and she's well aware of it. So when she, knowing me and knowing that I'm her daughter and seeing the image, she instantly said, that's witchcraft that's being done against you, and that particular one happens to be your brain. And she was correct, because the person was trying to discredit me and make me look like I was actually insane, because he was hiding some deep secrets that he did not want to come to fruition. I actually can care less about this human being's deep secrets, because we're no longer in a relationship, and I say live and let live. But this individual was manipulating energy and doing everything in his power to control and hurt me. And it worked for a short time, but once I was awakened and understood what was happening, I started working on my own brain, making it stress proof, and it's been amazing ever since. And I'm just really excited to share how I did it, because I've learned from other people that, like, for example, I dated this guy very briefly, and he was going through a divorce when I met him. He was legally separated from his ex-wife. She had already moved out of the house, and he said to me that he found like animal parts buried in his home, and he found papers that were written and frozen in his refrigerator with his name on it, and all kinds of rituals that she was doing, I guess, to psyche sabotage him and confuse him and all that stuff. They still got a divorce, you know, they're not together, so whatever she was trying to do, I believe, didn't work. But at the end of the day, I'm sure it drove him mad. And I believe that once I am explaining this type of energy manipulation, how it happens and how you can protect yourself, which is simply a prayer or just a natural belief that God is with you and is protecting you. I have a book about crystals that is really interesting, and I know that there are specific crystals that are healing and are meant for protection. And you can also either buy the book or go online and find out more information about crystal healing. Tiger Eye is a really nice protecting crystal. They have a lot of also crystals that are the black ones, generally are meant for protection and grounding. I'm gonna go on Google and I'm going to see what's a list of crystals for protection against witchcraft. And they have one that's called obsidian, black tourmaline, citrine, emerald, clear quartz, smoky quartz, which I have a piece right here. This is smoky quartz. So smoky quartz, amethyst, selenite, hemalite, tiger's eye. So these are 10 of them, and you can research them. I'm going to show them on the screen and so show what they look like. I'm going to be making crystal necklaces and bracelets that are for love, for healing, for protection. I'm gonna make them with double and triple strings because I've bought mine at times and they stretch so long, and then I have to kind of reinforce the string, but that's natural because the more you stretch it, that happens. So I want to create mines with double string and also bless them and put evil eye on it and things like that, so that, and also things that are symbols for people who have had cancer or have certain ailments, and so that they can meditate on that and heal these organs. So I'm excited to launch that in the future, but for now you can research crystal healing, what herbs you can burn around your house that will cleanse the air. Know that burning oils and some kind of herbs come from the Christians and Catholic and other religions that believe in cleansing the air before prayer, or adding some kind of balancing of aromatherapy. Aromatherapy is also great for healing. I have this aromatherapy book. They have many scents like lavender, ylang ylang, sage oils that you can burn, and they relax and calm the nervous system. And all of this kind of calming and relaxing of the nervous system will help you become more peaceful. From finding that realm of peace, from there you will find joy, and then you will be able to manifest. Because if you're trying to manifest with turbulence and that toxic energy and static energy, you're not going to manifest good things, or you might manifest good things, but they will not be long lasting. So in order for you to manifest and create your future, and know that you're not doing it with evil forces, or you're not crossing lines, you have your moral compass inside of your soul, your spirit. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. If you're chasing after a married man or someone who is unavailable, once you get that person, it's going to be like the witch's paw. You're going to want to send it back. You're not going to want it. So it's best to have faith, believe that God got you, and that, or whether you believe in the universe, the universal mind of God, whether you believe in your higher self, know that your higher self knows better and knows what kind of manifestation you truly need for your own chemistry, for your own future, for the best future for the children, what home you want to create, what kind of vacation you want to go away on. All these great things you can manifest, and you can have everything on this earth. You can live heaven on earth. But the trick is, do not manipulate energy and work with someone else's will to live and the way they want to live here. Allow people to live the way they want to live. Don't judge, let them be, and work on yourself. Work on your own healing. What is it inside your heart and soul that you need healing? Look deep, and then find these great books, these great tools, and these formulas that are going to help you in this road that will lead you to heaven. So thank you for being here, and I hope to see you soon.